guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. This is your girl Tiffiany. Now, today, we're just going to be talking about word in the block, word in the street. But this one is a little bit different. This one is a little bit more exclusive in terms of giving you ideas of the habits that we need to develop when we're in our 30s, okay? There's a lot of things that I wish I personally did not ignore. When you're in your 30s, it's time to step it up and make sure you start saving and basically start investing. Like, guys, do you have a retirement plan? You don't think about that when you're teenage years and your 20s, but getting older, you need to put all your ducks in order. You always got to put yourself in an area that learn a little bit better about your money in terms of financing, in terms of putting things away, in terms of saving, in terms of paying your bills off properly on time and so forth. I can't stress this enough in terms of telling you how important your health and wellness is important to you. Like when you reach in your 30s, my friend, do your regular checkups. Don't even miss a beat, because your body is going through so many changes, okay? And the last thing you want is not to be on top of certain things, okay? And the best way to go about certain things is to prevent certain things like, illness and so forth. So do your regular checkups, go to your OBGYN, especially the ladies, you know what I'm saying? You need to check yourself down, do your pap smear and whatever, and as you go along, throughout life, there's different levels everyone is at their life, and they need to get these checkups in order to stay healthy and stay abreast with themselves. One thing I would advise you to do is the art of meditation. Listen, meditation is so good for you. Listen, I never liked staying still. I never understood meditation. I thought it was a joke, but just to be with oneself and just to stay still and reflect and do your affirmations and just everything, just to take a second, it connects you spiritually. It connects you in a different type of way that you're just connected. Listen, I didn't know how fantastic it would be if you develop a damn daily routine. Like, I had to learn this the hard way. Like, honestly, I was just going by life to just go by life. All right? But having things in place, having time management, and having a routine would help you so much tremendously in terms of, just tackling your task, having a flow what to do, things that are structured and so forth. And this way, you develop healthy and great habits, okay? Like, you want to have a routine, like when to do this, when to do that, when you're taking breakfast, when you're exercising, when you're going to work, when you're doing this, when you're going out with your people. And then, of course, you got to stick to it. Another one is, you ready? Eating healthy. I know we all have our temptations, some people like chocolate. My thing is chocolate. I can't get enough of it. At a certain age, your body starts changing, and you gotta feed your body love, You gotta make sure you don't skip out on the greens, take your vitamins and stuff, eat healthy, eat things in moderations and so forth. Your metabolism and stuff is not the same how it was like in your teens and how it was in your 20s. It starts, slowing down. All right, so another one is fitness, health and fitness, okay? Health and fitness, like get into a gym, okay? Try even home workout or just working out at home, working out in your park. When you reach a certain age, you gotta move. Sorry to say that, but you got to just move differently. Like, you want to make sure everything is working. You want to make sure you have mobility in certain things, like your muscles get hard, your body move different. You want to try to make sure you kind of keep with the situation. So try, even if you can join a gym or something. Listen, at the end of the day, you don't want no complications. You don't want no injury, okay? It helps you tackle your day-to-day activities, make sure you're good in terms of, doing what you need to do. Sleeping is another one that you need to develop when you're in your 30s. Trust me, listen. I have a hard time committing to sleeping for long hours because I have so much things in me that I need to express. I know what sacrifice is. I know when it comes to you need to grind, you need to get up, you need to do certain things. And I used to live with a motto sleeping is for the weak. But it's not. When you reach a certain age, you have to sleep, you have to rest, you have to recover. Okay, then of course put your phone down, because your phone could be so distracting in terms of when you gotta sleep. Okay, by the time you swipe your TikToks, your Instagram, you check your social media, your Twitters, your what's not, you're like, oh my god, it's 4 a.m. already, it's 3 o'clock already, it's 2 o'clock and you gotta get up. So you gotta just put your phone down, put the electronics down, and just sleep. 7 to 8 hours sleep, highly recommended. Okay, question. When was the last time you guys read a book? Read a good book, especially. When you're in your 30s, another healthy and great habit is developed is by reading. Reading is fundamental. You heard it when you was a kid. Now you get older. That is true. And the more knowledge you have, the better for you. So especially information book, in your 30s, you gotta develop habits of building this brain, because baby, you can read for whatever pleasure. You can read for entertainment and so forth. You don't have to make it that serious, but just read. And when doing that, you learn about, you will discover new things, you can discover new foods, you can discover new places, you discover just people in general, people in personalities, people life experience, and so forth. So reading is very fundamental, okay? Okay, so when you reach a certain age, you don't want to do certain things, but in your 30s, listen, when you be social and be responsive, that's another tip for you. Be social and be responsive. And if you can't go, let them know that you can't go. But the fact that you're being social and you're exposing yourself to new people, new things, new environments, it's pretty good for you, okay? So don't bottle up yourself in a shell. Be social, be responsive, create the time, get it done. Another thing, if you are a person who's always late and never on time and this and that, work on that, okay? Try to be punctual when you're in your 30s, okay? It makes people respect you a little bit better, okay? It makes you know that you respect time, you respect your time, and you respect other people's time. And you don't want to have a bad taste in people's mouth. It's just different, okay? People think that you're a different level, and if you don't move a certain type of way, you're not gonna get respected. So try to be punctual. You don't like people waiting on you. You don't want to wait on people too, so you know how it feels in terms of, the whole waiting and so forth. So try your best to be punctual. You want to make excuses for your tardiness and so forth. You want to be respected. You want people to see you in a different light, okay? So at the end of the day, if you have to be early, it's better to be early than late. And people see you in a different light when you move a certain type of way. Listen, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy and what's not, but how we have some people who always are negative and who always try to feed you negative information? Be the opposite of that. Be that person that you can actually be positive with, okay? Nobody want to be around somebody who's always a negative Nancy, right? So try to develop this habit in terms of just having a positive attitude, talk about positive things and so forth, because your energy around people is so important. You don't even understand what your energy is. It differentiates the people who want to be around you and people who don't want to be around you. You got to be very mindful with what you say, how you say it, your inner dialogue and so forth. Be positive, because your mind is such a tricky thing. It can just set you off. It can give you depression, okay? I don't want to sugarcoat anything. It can give you in a state of being feeling helpless, put you in like a negative light, and so forth, especially when you're being around people. It's gonna hinder you, and it's gonna you're gonna be that person like, oh my god, Tiffiany coming around, here goes negative Nancy. Like, you don't want to have people have this label on you. So try to be as positive as you can in terms of, just communicating good, positive, uplifting energy for people. How you speak to yourself and so forth is very important, especially for your mental, okay? How you communicate, the things you write, especially if you have a journal, your thoughts. Your mind is so powerful that it can work for you and work against you. So at the end of the day, what you would want to do is just try to feed you with that positivity. This way it can propel you to go to the next step, propel you to have better productivity in everything you do. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel, and I hope to see you next time. This is your girl Tiffiany, bringing you the news, bringing you everything. But this one is more educational. I'm glad and I'm hope that this is an actually helpful video for you. But as you can see, these are habits that you need to do when you're 30s. And if you don't know, now you know.